Good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy hump day.
Good morning.
It
Happy
is
birthday.
hump day, y'all. It's almost the weekend. The weekend is almost upon us. I hope everybody is having a good week thus far, having a good day, a good morning. We've been MIA for what? About 9 days now.
It's been a minute.
It it seems like longer than that, but it's actually been about 9 days. Think
Yeah,
the
it's
last time.
definitely been a minute, babe.
Yeah, I'm looking on the
In your neck of the woods.
I'm looking at the last video and it was on the 17th. Yep.
Oh,
And it was a B sector. It was a B sector video on the
oh,
19th regarding Kiki and VS. But yeah, a
oh.
lot of stuff been going on in the YouTube B sector, but I ain't really had a lot of interest in it because I don't know. Like, how do you feel about manufactured storylines? Because I just can't really get into them. And there are some people who really get into them because I think mainly because they need it for content. So they
Okay.
kind of just go with the flow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I don't, how I feel about about the beef sector stuff. I just don't get into it like that.
yeah, and I get into some of it, but not all of it because, like I said, a lot of it is seem like some Housewives of Atlanta or some, hip hop, some manufactured storylines. I don't know.
Better stuff, to be honest, some of it.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Right. But I was waiting on you to do your review on VS the
I'm
who
still gonna do
that
it.
basketball player.
Ain't like it's too late. I'm still gonna do it,
Yeah.
but hey, you sure? I need a cake for her. I need a cake. It's right there. I'm sorry, let's not forget. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna do it. It's not like it's too late, and a lot of people hadn't seen it. So yeah, I'm still gonna do it. I just hadn't taken out the time to do much of anything. I've been having a flare up and going through some different stuff and just ain't trying to settle in because I just moved a month ago. Well, almost 2 months now. So I've been trying to get settled in and unbox crap. Well, not unbox it, but you know what I'm talking about. Unpack stuff.
Right, right. Well, I know I was dipping in and out of the interview. I don't really know who the guy is. I ain't never heard of him before. But I had was dipping in and out. But so far she's almost at 7,000 views on there. So
Oh,
that's pretty good. But then again, we is talking about VS, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but and he's a celebrity. Like he's a
Mhm.
baller. Like that was a pretty good reach. I don't know
Yeah.
how they got arranged, but ooh, baby.
Well, see, she was following him. She was following him, and that's how it go.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Sometimes you end up subscribing to somebody more bigger, more popular than you are, a celebrity or a bigger person in any sector, and you just kind of just start, communicating, participating in the chat, and that's basically how it came to be with her. And then he had came into her chat and was watching her chat, and I guess they started
Hey,
sharing each other videos.
shut up.
So yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
that's how it
I
works.
followed his career for a minute, because he, played ball, not too deep, but some of the things that he had said and done and throughout the times, So I kind of followed him a little taste, but not so much that I knew his every move, but I just know that, he said some stuff that I didn't care for.
Yeah, and
And
I have no idea. I still have no
girl,
who he is. Like
He
who
said
he?
he relates to black women and stuff like that. You know, he would say
So is
such
he like one of those manosphere type of guys?
one of those what?
Like manosphere type of guys?
I don't know what that means.
You know the manosphere sector, like guys who they really about you know how women empowerment is? It's kind of like the opposite.
Oh, girl,
And
no,
they put down
no,
they generally they put down
he's
it's
a
like a Kevin
baller.
Samuels.
He's a baller, and at one point in time, he was a baller with a mouth.
Okay, so when I say manosphere, that's like Kevin Samuels. You know their beliefs?
No, he wasn't all into that.
Okay,
Most of
okay.
the stuff that he was talking about was pretty much sports related
Oh,
things.
okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It wasn't like he was all deep into, whatever. He just sports
Well, when you
related.
say women, that's why I went that way because I'm like,
Because some of the comments that he made, like it ain't no dark skin, no beautiful dark skinned black women, stuff like that.
uh-huh, yeah, okay. Well, hey, what's up, everybody who's peeking in? Make sure you guys like and share the video. I know I titled the video to go live or not to go live on top of each other, but of course, you know, we're gonna be getting into other stuff too, which we already have. But how do
Okay.
you feel about that? Because that is the title of the show. Um, it's been a lot more talk again lately about that. I don't know how this keeps coming to be, but it's just certain people in the sector who believe that you should not go live when somebody else is live. And I don't feel that way necessarily. Um, maybe like okay, if you're talking about like the whole sector, like these people go live how often? Like all day. Some people be live for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours.
Yeah, or off and on, all throughout
Yeah,
the
like
day.
all throughout the day, like people with children, with husbands, with wives. I don't think I'll ever get it how they can be on here a 2 hour live, then come back an hour later, do a 3 hour live, then come back an hour later, then do a 4 hour live, then come back an hour later. And they on here like all day to like the wee hours in the morning.
Right.
And I'm like, how your family allow you? And I don't want to say allow like you need permission, but you know what I mean.
They be trying to get that money. And
I guess. But shit, okay, check this out. Okay, now I'm a single parent and I know what it's like to have 2, 3 jobs at a time. Okay, so I know that some people take YouTube as a job because you can get paid from it. But even still, yeah, you gotta find time for your family, you know, find time for your kids and things like that. And I ain't trying to judge nobody on here, but I do be like, dang, when do you cook? When do you clean? When do you play with the kids? When do you help them with their schoolwork? When do you have like,
right
wow,
time
it's a lot.
home. Yeah.
You said what now?
When do you have time for home?
Yeah, when you got time for home, when you got time for your significant other. Because I don't know, man. If I had a man up here laid up, I don't think I'd be on here all day like that. I know I wouldn't because they be looking at me like, what you doing? Why is
Oh,
you still on the internet?
are you gonna use this again? Yeah, that's what I mean. Hold on one second, sweetheart.
All right.
I'm working through something. See,
That's okay. But yeah, the people in the chat, I did post a link in the chat. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you, sis.
I'm trying to hold on because
The people in the chat, I did post a link. I did pin it to the top. It is the link to my one of my other YouTube channels, my custom cake design or custom cake decorating channel. Please click on that link and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. That other channel is called Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. And I also have that on Facebook and also on Instagram if you want to like look at pictures of my cake art, my cake work. Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. And again, the YouTube link is pinned to the top. Next, what is this? April? Yeah, in a few weeks, I'm gonna be working on college. I mean, not college, but high school graduation cakes and cake designs. And of course, like in my community, I already posted a while back that I'm getting back into, which I used to do before the Rona all the time. I used to have a cake contest every month. Before the Rona, I did it for years. I had a cake contest where the first 50 people who inboxed me a number 1 through 100 will qualify to win a free cake. And I do it every month on the first of the month. And not only do I give away a free cake, but I also give people the option of when they want the cake. You get 4 different flavors that you can choose from. You can say, I want the cake for my son's birthday in 3 weeks, or I want the cake next month on Mother's Day, or I want the cake, I give them the opportunity to tell me when they want me to make the cake. I just don't make no cake and say, here you go, So some people have special occasions coming up, which is a lot of people, we're always thankful and grateful for. They be like, oh, not only is your cakes, amazing and they look great and all that, but everybody can use a cake for a special occasion, especially Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, things like that. So I am starting that back up on the 1st. Again, I used to do that before the Rona, but how everything was shut down and whoop whoop whoop. So I feel like we back into the times where we're not all the way back where we used to be, but pretty close. I mean, all the hospitals here have taken away the masks. I think that was about a month ago. The last hospital said no more masks required from our staff or from patients or visitors. So, but of course, if they staff or visitors or patients still want to wear masks, of course, you're still welcome to wear a mask anywhere you want to go. But so for all the hospitals to be like, okay, we know how to deal with this. We got this stuff handled. We know what to do, so I think it's time for me to get back into, doing what I like to do, which is, making cakes, decorating cakes, and also giving cakes away, so that'll start on the 1st again. And only one thing you have to do, literally, the main thing to qualify is you have to be subscribed to my Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice YouTube channel. And that's why I post or pin the link in the chat. So that's one qualification. And then again, you have to inbox me a number 1 through 100. I'm only taking the first 50 people. And who's ever the closest to the number. And every time I did it before in the past, I would have random people pick the number. So I never picked the number for myself. Sometimes it would be my son. Sometimes it would be my friends. Sometimes I would inbox people who live out of town. I'd be like, I need a number, 1 through 100. I need a number. So it was never me selecting the numbers. It was always somebody else, to keep it fair. And somebody would pick the number for me. And then I would, whoever came closest wins the cake. And the choice of the cakes that you get is my 4 top popular ones. The Oreo cookie cake, the Reese's peanut butter frosting chocolate cake, the strawberry crunch cake, or the banana pudding cake. So those are like my 4 top most, loved, I should say. Most desired cakes. Those 4. So those are the choices that you get to choose from when you do win a cake. So those are pretty nice, choices there. But yeah, so I'm gonna start doing that on the 1st. But as far as back again to how I feel about going live on top of each other, it's one thing to be like, okay, me and Sis Slow, We cool, me and Karma D with my bro, and we know each other is going live, and we do sometimes be like, okay, what time you going? Okay, I'll go at this time, or if they say they going at time, well, I'll push mine back, or I'll go earlier, something like that. But generally, just in the sector, just waiting on people to not be live. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, especially if it's something hot, something juicy. Whether it's in the media, in the B sector, a different sector. Uh, like for instance, Sislo. You know, somebody real famous and real popular and well loved just passed away. I'm sure you know who that is because it's been all over the news. And that is the Harry Belafonte. Okay. So a lot of people, you know, that's like a big story, a big storyline, a big newsworthy topic to, speak about him, dedicate a show to him, speak upon his past, wish him and his family, your blessings, your love, your condolences and things like that. And it's like everybody does stuff like that for different for content. If it's something hot, some tea, something like that, and you shouldn't have to wait for people to be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about Harry Belafonte as soon as this other YouTuber finishes talking about him, or they talking about something else, and I'm gonna wait till they done. And no, because you have to. Who was that? I don't know if it was Sean Bradley or somebody else a while back has said if you always waiting on somebody to go live, then you might never go live. And that's what I think a lot of people do. Good morning, Deanna. How you doing, love? Anybody can click the link if you want to, by the way. But yeah, I know a lot of people are already going live this morning and been going live a lot. But yeah, I know somebody, like I said, I can't remember exactly who said it, which content creator it was who said it in the past. But they were like, if you always waiting on somebody else to go live, you'll never go live. And a lot of people on here, you see them, they have their own channels, but they always on somebody else's panel. Not because they got a channel and don't do content. They do content, but they don't do a lot of content because they always on somebody else's panel when they could be doing content on their own panel. Like having their own conversations, discussing their own topics, their own commentary, things like that. And the people who I know that have channels, I do support them, and I be telling them, go live, share your link, we'll share your link, go live. But there are some people who are always consistently on somebody's panel, whether they going live once a day or 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like you see the same people on the panels, and they can be on there all day, every day. And you literally helping somebody else with their commentary and helping them with clicks and views, content. And, if their panel is monetized, of course they're going to be getting, money for that. Maybe cash apps, maybe super chats, things like that. So the only thing I have to say is if there's somebody that you really cool with and y'all don't want to, go live on top of each other, I understand that. But generally speaking, you have to look after you and your channel first. Always. Always. Because when your channel takes a negative hit, like when you stop doing content for a while, it no longer is in the YouTube algorithm. And we all know how the YouTube algorithm works. If you're not in the YouTube algorithm, that means YouTube is not going to regularly share or suggest or promote your videos. And you know what that is. Basically, when you come into YouTube and you see YouTube saying, check this video out, or this might be something you might be interested in, or something like that, or because you watched this video, you might be interested in this video. That's how the algorithm works. Like, a lot of times I'll be watching videos, and it's because YouTube suggested it to me. I don't know nothing about the person who made the video. I ain't subscribed to their channel, but because YouTube suggested to me, sometimes I'll watch. I'll just be like, okay, I might not subscribe. I might not subscribe. I'm gonna be honest. But a lot of times I'll be watching different videos from people in different sectors, or lately I don't know why, but I've always been somebody who love to look at brand new constructed homes, especially like really big, fancy, expensive homes, mansions, all kind of things like that. I've always been somebody who likes that kind of stuff. So those are some videos that I watch. Of course, I like to watch cake decorating videos because I am a personal cake decorator. So I like to check out those videos, check out ways that other people design cakes and different, cake art and things like that. So with that being said, you do have to constantly work on your channel. Now, of course, there's going to be some things in our lives that keeps us from being on our channels. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's kids, all type of things that could get in our way. But just try to come back with it, try to come back strong, get back in the groove. Because once you get back in, Sislo can vouch for this. Once you get back in the groove of making content on commentary, it's like riding a bike. And you just get on here and you just go with the flow. And it don't matter if one person is in the chat or 500 people is in the chat. That's one thing I hear about a lot of content creators who are much bigger, higher up. They don't care if it's one person in the chat or 500 people in the chat. They gonna do their content. They gonna kick out their videos every day, because if somebody ain't watching it today, somebody will probably watch it later on today or tomorrow or next week. That's just how it works on here. There's been times where I done a video, went live, and it's like 10 people in here, 5 people here. Next thing I know, next week, I done got 800 views. I'm like, where the hell they come from? And it's because YouTube is promoting your video and putting you in the algorithm. So it's not always going to be the people who are subscribed to your channel that are going to support your channel. Just like it's not going to be people in your family, people in your city, people in your friends, on your friend list. It's not always going to be those people who support your channel. Now, I learned that a long time ago. Even with your business, regardless of what type of business you do, whether you are excuse me, whether you like me and do cakes, or whether you I don't know, whether you do hair, do daycare, fix cars, sell homes, have a clothing store, do nails, it don't matter. It's most of the time, most of your support is going to come from people that you do not know. So that's another thing I tell people. Some people get deterred and they don't want to do this anymore because they're like, nobody supports me. Nobody, my own family, my own friends don't support me. Just keep grinding and keep grinding, because if you don't keep grinding, you'll never get the support that you want. And you'll be surprised. The people that you least expect to support your channel will eventually start supporting your channel. It takes time. It takes time. And everybody is not for everybody. Okay? Everybody is not for everybody. There are people in this sector that I like, and some people that I like don't like. And there's people in the sector who I like, and they like people that I cannot stand. They cannot stand. But one thing about me is, if you like somebody on YouTube and you support them and you always in their chat and things like that, and I can't stand that person, you won't hear me complaining about it. They might be like, oh, girl, did you watch such and such and such and such? Nope, I don't really like them. I ain't got it to do. And that's about it. I ain't gonna be like, well, you like them, I don't like them. We got issues now. I don't give a damn who people like, who people don't like. And that's in real life or on YouTube. Like, seriously though. It's like, and YouTube to me ain't nowhere near real life. YouTube to me ain't got nothing to do with my relationships, my children, my bills, because most of the time, if I do get a YouTube check on here, it ain't paying for nothing really. It ain't paying for nothing really. Sure, I can probably fill up a gas tank, buy some groceries, maybe pay a bill. But shoot, my real job, my real career is what takes care of me outside of YouTube. But again, I know there are some people who do make a lot of money on YouTube because they have a lot of subscribers, they have a lot of supporters, or they got a lot of sponsors. So there are people who actually make YouTube like their life because it's supporting them literally, like literally supporting them. But you got to be careful with that too as well. Because we done seen time and time and time again from people like Funky Dineva, people like Jane Caldwell, people like Michelle Brown, people like T.S. Madison. We talking about big YouTubers, big YouTubers who have lost their channels and had to fight so hard to try to get their channels back because of something they might have said that offended somebody, or something like that time when Funky Dineva lost his channel. And it was because he had made a video years ago about some type of medicine or some type of something. And at that time, the medicine was it was approved. It was like an approved medicine or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but now, like last year or whatever it was that Funky lost his channel, they said that it wasn't approved anymore and that YouTube wouldn't allow people to advertise for that anymore. And mind you, he had advertised again for that like years ago. And because of that, they struck his channel and they took his whole channel. Funky had hundreds and hundreds of thousands, of subscribers. But he stood his ground, and he had a lot of people supporting him, and a lot of people, trying to help him get his channel back and stuff like that. And he actually did end up getting his channel back. But that don't happen for everybody. Some people with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of subscribers, they lose their channel and they got to start all over from the dirt. And when you get channels like that and you get like millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, those people, that income is like a really part of their life. It ain't like a hobby anymore. Like these people, they end up getting brand new cars, bigger homes. Not like you can't do that without YouTube check, but it's just like any other type of job. You get a big old raise. Oh, now I can buy this thing that I always wanted, and da 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 da. People building houses from the ground, all kind of stuff. And when you lose that income and can't get it back, and you got to start all over from the bottom, man, that's like people being like really rich and wealthy, and all of a sudden they lose all their money in their bank account because of a bad investment. And you see them all the time. Whenever the economy goes real bad, like someone be killing, they be just murking themselves, taking themselves out of here, jumping off buildings, out windows, off. We used to see that back in the day when when the stocks would take a big hit. People literally be jumping out them buildings. It's crazy, but some people would rather do that than to live broke or to let other people know that they broke. They rather just take themselves out of here, which is a lot worse to me because it's like, okay, you broke and you killed yourself. Like, that ain't a good look. But anyway, I also, before I wrap this up, I also wanted to say, our girl Laverne is going to be back joining us soon. We will be interviewing her again soon. A lot of y'all know who Laverne is. She is an author. I think this would make her new book would make like the 5th book, I believe, that she has put out. But yeah, Laverne Crump. Let me put her little video up here real quick, because she is working on part 2 of My Friend, Her Husband, My Man. And if y'all have not seen that, but you know what? I think this would make a great movie, by the way. I done told Laverne that so many times. I'm like, girl, you should have people send your book into like movie producers or people in the entertainment industry, that business, because I really think her book could make a really good movie. But it's called My Friend, Her Husband, My Man. Part 1 is the one that we've been interviewing her on. She's been on our panel many, many times, talking to us, discussing the story behind the book, discussing things personally that has been going on with her life, from her getting locked up because of the wife and the husband. And it's really, really deep. So if you have not read the book yet, It is on Amazon and it's called My Husband. It's called, I'm sorry, My Friend, Her Husband, My Man. And let me pull this up real quick right here because I want to play y'all this little clip. It's only like 22 seconds from Laverne. Hold on, let me hit mute so y'all can hear it really well.
If y'all have not already gotten My Friend, Her Husband, My Man, part 1, then y'all need to go ahead and get it because My Friend, Her Husband, My Man, the aftermath will be coming out May 1st. May 1st. So y'all better get y'all book now.
Okay, y'all done heard it from Laverne. You done heard it from her personally. My Friend, Her Husband, My Man, part 2 is coming out soon. And I did talk to Laverne this morning, and I had her put me on her early release list so we can get the book for the hood table so I can read it and have it in my hands for when the book comes out to everybody. We can have her on the show and we can interview her. You know, she has much love for the hood table. She told me to tell y'all she misses y'all. Matter of fact, let me go to our text message right here so I can tell you exactly what she said. She said, I love and appreciate you and your viewers. Tell them I said, hey, what's up, hoodies? But yeah, she said, I love me some hoodies and I love the hood table. So yeah, she will be back with us pretty soon when she puts out part 2 of her book. And again, I'm going to be on her early release list so I can get the part 2 early so I can read it and get all into it. Now, you know, she's been on our panel, you know, plenty of times. So I do know a lot about what's going to be in the book. You know, different things that have happened, has transpired since book 1, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything. So with that being said, keep your ears and eyes open because I will be posting on my community wall when the book will be released, and then I'll drop the Amazon link for part 2. And I would love y'all to support her, especially if you enjoy her coming on our show and the interviews we didn't have. We didn't have probably like 15 or 20 interviews or had her on. It's a lot. As a matter of fact, it's hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Wait a minute. Ew. Okay, let me go to playlist. Okay, I'm gonna go to playlist, my playlist, and then I am going to post the playlist for My Friend, Her Husband, My Man. Okay, let's see. Copy. And I'm just scrolling through to see how many videos there is. Let's see, one, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, it's about 25 videos that we have done either with Laverne or regarding Laverne or her on our panel. So, as a matter of fact, we did have her on our panel, but it wasn't about her book. Like, there's actually like 26 videos because one of the panels that she had jumped on was regarding a trending topic, a trending storyline, and she wanted to, you know, discuss that with us. But basically, there's about 25 videos. Again, I'm about to drop this list, this playlist link. So there's the playlist in the chat. So if you want to, basically, I would suggest you go from the very first, the very oldest videos and move forward. And the very first video that you should actually watch is Interviewed by My Stalker, 3 Years of Being Nice, written by Tamika Anderson. that is where it all began. And not literally where it all began, but that book right there is what brought about my friend, her husband, my man. So some things have been happening, have been going on, excuse me, in our city, in our hood, our neck of the woods, between a husband and wife and a mistress. And the mistress caught wind, well, the wife caught wind of some things, and she decided to write a book about it. She didn't have full facts, but she started to write a book about it. And when she put out that book, the mistress found out. The mistress had started to write a book because the mistress is already a well-known, I was about to say artist, but author in our neck of the woods, from Omaha. So when people heard her, writing another book, people caught interest. The book caught interest. I mean, the shit hit the fan. And the thing about it, the mistress, aka Laverne Crump, she had started writing a book before the wife even thought about writing a book. She had already started writing a book about the affair, about being a mistress to her friend's husband. But she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That'll really destroy her. That'll hurt her. I'm not going to do that. So she shelved the book. Then, lo and behold, the wife puts out a book called Interviewed by My Stalker, 3 Years of Being Nice. And that was Tamika Anderson, the wife. So after Laverne found out that the wife was putting out a book, she said, oh, hell no, let me get back and get my pen back out and finish writing this book that I was writing called My Friend, Her Husband, My Man. So, yes, Laverne ended up putting that book out, and all shit hit the fan. Man, that's a really good book, y'all. But you got to read both of them. And they both are available on Amazon. Tamika Anderson's book called Interviewed by My Stalker, 3 Years of Being Nice is on Amazon. And Laverne's book, My Friend, Her Husband, My Man, is both on Amazon. So again, you got to read Tamika's first, then you got to read Laverne's second. And again, I dropped the playlist for the interview that I did with the wife. I did an interview with the wife. I did an interview with Laverne, who is a mistress, and I did an interview with the husband. Yes. So, on that note, you guys, look forward to it. Stay tuned because again, Laverne Crump is putting out part 2 of My Friend, Her Husband, My Man, and I cannot wait to have her on here for another interview to support and promote her book. Like we have been doing. So on that note, everybody, please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Please and thank you so very, very much. Everybody, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope everything is going well for you guys. Rest in peace again to the amazing Harry Belafonte. Much love, many prayers, and condolences to his family, his children, his friends, his loved ones as they prepare to lay him to rest and say their final goodbyes. Also, Mr. William Carruthers, DJ Will, aka DJ Will, he is on the mends. He is a YouTuber in the B sector, and he is on the mends. He is finally home from the hospital. He made a live the other day saying he is home from the hospital. He's still, trying to get better and things like that. There was a lot of controversial talk around him and Legale and another lady that he's supposed to be in a relationship with while he was sick and in the hospital. I mean, plugged up the tubes and everything. And it went down while he was in the hospital. But he did say he's not sure if he's going to address those things. And I told him, I left a message on his video, the video that he did when he got out the hospital. I left a message on there and I said, Mr. Carruthers, a lot of people have been praying for you. We are so glad that you are back home, from the hospital. We are so glad that, you are on the up and up. You are, trying to get your health back together and all that. And I said, and if you don't want to address what's out there being said, you ain't got to. Only do that if you want to. Shoot, because I mean, me personally, with what's going on with his health and him trying to get better, I mean, who needs that type of stress? But I think, once he does get better, I think, he might want to address certain things because the allegations from what his so-called woman girlfriend has made regarding him and things he said about people who I won't say are his friends on YouTube, but people that he might have YouTube ships with. YouTube shits. That's another word for a friendship. YouTube shit with. But again, you ain't got to say nothing if you don't want to, regarding, the allegations and things like that. So, it's all up to him. It's all up to him. No pressure from me. It might be pressure from other people, but it's definitely ain't no pressure from me for him to come on here and speak about that. But, a lot of people do need content. And of course, when you come on here with that type of content, it's going to be begat. Yes, I got that from the Old Testament. Begat more content. So again, Mr. Carruthers, I'm glad that you're feeling well. I'm glad that you're back home from the hospital, and I hope you be back to your normal self again real soon, and on here playing music and DJing and things like that. But you guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. Bye.